During your presentation, you covered a key point, and I would like to touch upon it. Let us assume for a minute that Mr. X is coming under general category, and for no mistake of his, why Mr. X has to bear or carry the burden of the so-called wrongdoings of his ancestors.
See, I don't think the issue of caste is to be addressed from an individual perspective. So let me give you a simple example. Assume for a moment that a certain community is being given the benefit of being treated as refugees in India because they're being persecuted for their religion or for their identity in any other country. Do you think it would be right on our part to ask every member of that particular community if they have suffered persecution because of their individual identity? I don't think it would be right to undertake an exercise where every person is asked, please tell me, have you been persecuted on an individual basis? Some of these discussions and some of these questions are addressed at a community level, and therefore the idea cannot be to reduce it to the present alone, because the fact remains that present is the child of the past, and at some stage it has a direct nexus to the past, and the current situation has some kind of a nexus to the past. I'm not saying that let us judge the past on the basis of the present, but to say that the present has no relationship to the past would be completely incorrect. So if somebody asks me, can you please tell me why should Indians, or let's say certain members of the general category, bear the brunt of reservations when they are not responsible for the wrongdoings in any manner, then I have to ask this question: what is your understanding of history? Can Britishers of the current generation not be asked any questions on the basis of the conduct of their ancestors? Can we not talk about racism on the basis of what their ancestors did? Are we supposed to completely give these people a clean sheet altogether? So I don't think it makes sense to say that a member of the current generation should not pay any price. The member of the current generation is not paying the price for any wrongdoings which he may have committed. But the fact is, as a community, since a position has been taken and since an act has been committed or omitted in the past, whenever you look at community justice and whenever you look at community affirmative action, it is not the lens of inquiry is never individual. The lens of inquiry is always based on groups. If you do not do this, you will never be in a position to address any issue where either injustice or persecution has happened on the basis of community. Assume for a moment that I were to accept your argument completely. I can never say that, let's say, as an Indian, and because of my complexion, I have suffered racism in a certain jurisdiction, unless and until I'm able to show that I have been specifically targeted by racism. I will never be able to say my community has suffered racism, because the question that will be asked of me is, are you directly affected by racism? Is there a direct instance of racism in your life? That then in effect what happens is we conflate the frame of inquiry. When you look at reservation, when you look at persecution, when you look at injustice, you are certainly looking at a community level argument. There are individual level persecution based arguments and there are community level arguments. Reservation and caste is obviously a community based argument. Consider this. If caste as an identity is not an individual identity, but is an individual identity as a consequence of you being a part of a certain community, how can you escape the consequences which visit on a certain community one way or the other way? If caste is meant to be a group identity, then the consequences of the group identity are also group in nature, whether it is reservation or otherwise. Okay? So it makes very little sense for somebody to say, my ancestors did something, therefore why should I bear the price for it? Your ancestors held a certain caste identity, you also hold a certain caste identity. The caste identity of the person who suffered is a direct consequence of the ancestors, or let's say the identity held by his ancestors, and the oppression that he has suffered is also because of the ancestors' identity only. So I think it makes very little sense to confuse and conflate the individual and the community perspectives on this particular issue. Next.